Saddam has very close ties with Al-Qaeda, or groups like that. Or he would like to. But everybody's saying, why are you attacking Saddam? Well, where is Osama? You see, we don't know. But it's possible that he's still in Afghanistan, or he may be in Iraq, he may be in Sudan or Pharmaceutistan. It's possible that he has moved on to Iria or Illyria or Syria or even Iraq. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for him in every country ending in a, an, or act until we find him. And the French. These cheese-eating, surrender monkeys who have banded together with the Krauts to defend the towel heads. Let me tell you something about them. They will say a lot of things to try to confuse you about our president. But let's get one thing straight, he is our president, no matter what they say, and he is not in a clique. Why? How can we tell? That's a French word. We can no longer say that, nor cabal, nor coup. Very handy not being able to say those things. It's a wonderful thing being here in America where we have security, and it's not like down in Venezuela, whereas there was not a coup recently, and there's no plans for another one. And by the way, those plans are justified. But that's the wonderful thing about in the United States. When you live here, you know there'll never be a military coup. How do we know that? Well, think about it. There's no U.S. embassy here, so. But I was called to go over there and write a theme song for this crisis that we have there. And when the Iraqis were forced to readmit the weapons inspectors, that was a great victory for us, goddammit. And he refuses to provoke us. And so we're going to see what we can do about that. So anyway, I did write this little theme song, and I will sing it, and you will like it. You and I must make a pact. We must bring Iraq back.
Where there is oil, I'll be there.
Oh, you and I travel to the beat of a big oil drum. Can't you see by my car that runs 15 gallons to the mile? The Lord above made man to rob his neighbor. No matter where, his neighbors he is cursed. The Lord above made man to rob his neighbor, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, we can have it all and get there first. Everybody, with a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck. The gentle sheiks were made for us to curry, to drill our oil and keep it flowing without cease. The gentle sheiks were made for us to curry, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, we can have it all and call it peace. I ain't no gift, I ain't no whip, don't need no symphony. I'll play this for the moon with Tony Blair on timpani. I ain't no fall guy, I'm a tall guy, and I'm gonna do what Cheney tells me to. But Cuba and El Salvador figure heavily in the tale of the axis of evil. Now, we're not talking about the evil of access, that is Enron. We're talking about the axis of evil, which goes back a number of years to when it was originally called the Terrorist International. Only I called it that, but it did seem to catch on. The original members, of course, being Iria, North Korea, Cuba, and East Nicanor over here. All of these countries had banded together with the Bulgaroids, and they had engaged in a plot with the Soviets. I don't know if you know this, but that whole thing about folding up the Soviet Union was a trick. Yeah, it was. They figured that we would shut down our defense plants, and then they were going to catch us with our plants down and march right in here, across Libya and Chad, through Upper Volta and Guacamole, and right into downtown L.A., take away our MTV. Well, we nipped that in the bud, and Cubans had to pull their terrorist guerrillas out of El Salvador, and they have now, of course, redeployed them into Chiapas and into Colombia, which is in South America, a continent to whom we very graciously have
meant our name at the prime rate, of course, but Colombia, people ask, is that drug war just a front for an anti-insurgency war for strategic minerals and geopolitical access? People do ask this, and I do know their names.